Whatever the occasion, effortless elegance is right this way. Because Hilton brings you new ways to stay courtesy of the Nomad London. And it doesn't stop at award-winning dining in a space draped in velvet and illuminated by vintage chandeliers. No, this day goes beyond with unparalleled personalized service and attentive hospitality. Oh, and did we mention the Nomad London can be booked using your Hilton Honors points at Hilton.com? Hilton, for the stay.
This episode is sponsored by Friskies, who would like to tell your cats hi. Now, if that didn't get your cat's attention, there is one thing that always does the trick. Just pour some Friskies crunchy food in the bowl and you'll hear those paws come running. Works every time. With so many Friskies choices, you can always bring your cats running from their secret napping spots. There's always more to explore. See for yourself at friskies.com or visit your local store.
Welcome, my friends, to I Talk to Ghosts. I'm your resident medium, Jennifer, and I welcome you to my Spirit Parlour. This is where we chat about all things metaphysical and mystical and sometimes spooky. Tonight we're going to explore the enchanting world of crystals. You could be a curious beginner not knowing where to start, or someone who's picked up a few sparkly stones over the years, or even a seasoned practitioner looking for fresh ideas. If you are intrigued by the topic of crystals, this is the episode for you. So pour yourself a cup of tea, settle in, and let's begin. So first things first, let's talk about where to start if you're new to working with crystals. I can certainly appreciate how easy it is to get overwhelmed by all the beautiful choices out there. Amethyst, quartz, obsidian, citrine. There is so much variety and so many things to literally catch your eye. It can get overwhelming just so quickly. And I don't know about you, but I have certainly bought a crystal or two, and then a week or two later, I'm looking at it and I'm thinking, what were the major properties of this crystal again? I don't remember. And it seems like the more time passes, that is more of a danger. And then you just kind of feel like, oh, I'm not doing this right. I should be better at this. So here's my advice. Start simple. Choose one or two crystals that call to you and trust your intuition here during this process. What are you drawn to? What's the first crystal that comes to mind for you? And if you don't know where to start to even use your imagination with that, then go ahead and go to a crystal shop. It could be a new age store, a metaphysical shop. And then just take your time. What area of the store are you drawn to? What crystals in general? And there'll be a bunch of different sizes of that particular crystal. And what I like to do is kind of look at them all and give myself that moment of space to see if there is one that is calling to me more than the others. And I have heard in the past people who will actually let the crystal choose them instead of you choosing the crystal. And I really love that it could be a working relationship like that, right? And why crystals? Why even work with crystals in the first place? These stones have their own frequency to them and vibrating energy. We all know we are all energy, right? No matter what kind of matter, it's just condensed energy or more expanded energy. But with crystals, they form the shapes that they do based on their molecular structure. And with working with crystals, you're going to want to work with frequencies that kind of guide you to where you want your own energy to be. I hope that makes sense. So, if you are new to working with crystals, so again, start simple. Choose one or two crystals that call to you. Trust your intuition here. What are you drawn to? Which one makes your heart flutter a little bit? I'll give you a few examples. These are a few classic beginner-friendly choices. The first would be clear quartz. Quartz is great for clarity and amplification of energy. And you can combine quartz with any other type of crystal to use that amplification property. But quartz is really known for amplifying like psychic ability, emotions, and also working with that energy and clarifying it as well. It has a focus property to it. Then there's amethyst. Amethyst is great for tranquility, intuition, and spiritual connection. And then there's black tourmaline, which is great for grounding and protection. Tourmaline actually takes negative energy and transmutes it to more positive. And then there's citrine, which is a lovely yellowish orange stone. And citrine is said to be great for abundance and joyful energy. I also think it's great for creativity and boosting your confidence. Good basic guideline to follow, thinking about colors. If you can familiarize yourself with the chakra colors, red, orange, yellow, green, sky blue, indigo, purple, the colors of crystals can work in tandem with the energy of chakra work. So say you want to work with your root chakra, which is all about stability, foundation, the right to be, the fact that you're here and you're supported by the universe and you want to be grounded. Well, the root chakra is red. So seek out red crystals such as garnet, ruby, red jasper. And while practicing any type of root chakra meditation, you can hold that crystal or have it close by. And if it's small enough, you can also keep it with you in your pocket or your handbag, and you can keep it with you during your daily adventures. There are apps and books out there if you're still not certain where to start and you don't want to quite step into a crystal shop just yet. I have an app called Stone, which is an encyclopedia of common crystals. And this app provides pictures of the crystals and its properties and additional information. And when you do have some crystals, I have a great app called Rock Identifier that you can take a picture of your crystal and it'll scan it and analyze it and tell you most likely what it is. So again, if you buy it and then you just completely forget why you bought it in the first place, a Rock Identifier can also help you figure out what your crystal is. There's many, many books out there. I think the most popular one is called the Crystal Bible, and it's just alphabetical, every crystal, and lots of photos and information about each of them. Once you've selected and obtained your crystals, it's important to cleanse them energetically, not just physically. Crystals can absorb energies as they pass through different hands and spaces, so you want to reset them before you begin your own work. Here are some gentle ways to cleanse your crystals. You can do so with moonlight. Place them under the light of the full moon overnight. This is one of my favorite ways. You can also smoke cleanse your crystals. Pass your crystal through a smoke of sacred herbs such as cedar, juniper, or lavender. And there is sound cleansing, which is really intriguing. Using those vibrations with crystal frequencies is just such a cool concept. Use a singing bowl, a tuning fork, or even chanting using your own voice to cleanse with sound vibration. There's also salt. Some crystals can be placed in a bowl of sea salt for a few hours, but be careful. Certain crystals like selenite and malachite should never be exposed to salt or water, so always check first. And you can also use sunlight to cleanse them. But again, be aware of what type of stone you're working with, because some stones could fade in the sunlight. Next, consider dedicating your crystal. Think of this as like giving your crystal a purposeful job. You're creating a bond and an intention for how you'd like to work with it. And again, before you purchase a crystal, to have this little psychic conversation with it about, hey, this is what I'm hoping to do. Are you the crystal for me? Does this sound like great work to you? Treat it as an energetic partnership. Here's a simple way you can dedicate your crystal. Hold it in both your hands, close your eyes, breathe deeply, say the following words either aloud or in your mind and heart, or whisper it to your crystal. I cleanse and dedicate this crystal to serve the higher good. And then declare it specifically for your intention. May this crystal be a tool of healing, protection, clarity, and love in my life. And then feel the connection forming between you and your crystal. We can also talk about charging your crystals. You've probably heard about this practice of charging a crystal under the full moon. The actions of cleansing and charging can usually be combined because you're going through the same motions. Moonlight, again, is a beautiful and gentle method. Sunlight, again, is wonderful, but be cautious. Some crystals fade in direct sunlight. Amethyst and rose quartz, for example, can lose their color over time. You can bury your crystal in the soil and use the earth to charge your crystal overnight to deeply recharge it with the earth's grounding energy. And you can also use running water. If the crystal is safe to get wet, you can rinse it in a stream or even under running tap water. With all of these exercises, visualize it being re-energized. Now for some unique ways to work with crystals beyond just placing them on your shelf. Carry them with you. Keep a small crystal in your pocket or your bag to accompany you through your day. This is particularly good if you want to transmute energy that you encounter during the day or want a little extra boost of protection or confidence as you wander about. You can wear them. Jewelry made with crystals allows their energy to stay close to your aura. You can meditate with your crystals. Hold your crystal during meditation, or place it on the corresponding chakra point. For example, rose quartz over your heart chakra for self-love. Speaking of rose quartz, I love to put rose quartz under my pillow at night to dream of loved ones. You can also create a crystal grid, arranging multiple crystals in sacred geometric patterns to amplify intentions. This is like building an energetic engine for your goals. So you can have a goal in mind, find several crystals that share those same properties, and just research crystal grids. There are many downloadable patterns. You can draw your own. Crystal grids are this 2D pattern. They're really, really intriguing and probably deserve their own episode. Another way to use your crystals is to infuse water. Place the crystal near a glass of water to charge that water with the crystal's vibration. You could put the crystal directly into the water, but if you want to go that route, always double, triple check crystal safety first. Not all crystals are water safe or safe to ingest, such as malachite, which has components of lead in it. You can place crystals in your space, decorate your home or workspace with crystals to enhance the energy of the environment. Black tourmaline by the door, rose quartz in the bedroom, clear quartz and citrine in your creative space. And here are a few extra tips for you. Less is more. You don't need dozens and dozens of crystals. Sometimes one crystal with deep intention works better than a shelf full of stones gathering dust. Number 2, be patient. Crystal work is subtle. Their energy supports you over time. They're not instant magic buttons, and don't think of them as doing things for you. Think of them as enhancing your own energy work. Another great tip is to listen. As you work with your crystals, pay attention to how you feel when you're near them. You may begin to sense subtle shifts. Really give it your attention and trust your experiences. And lastly, respect them. Crystals are natural beings of the earth. Treat them with care and gratitude. I hope this inspires you to explore the enchanting world of crystals with curiosity and your heart. They're not just beautiful decorations, they can be powerful allies of your spiritual path. And you know I have to ask, do you have a favorite crystal or a unique way that you work with them? I would love to hear about it, so feel free to email me at speaknow@italktoghosts.com or leave a comment where you can in the community so we can keep this conversation going. And if you enjoyed this little episode, don't forget to subscribe, leave a review, and share it with a friend. Let's gather again soon. Take care.
Stories have always been at the heart of who we are. Across every culture, humanity has passed down tales to share truth, to make sense of the unthinkable, to remember what must not be forgotten. At Macabrium, we continue that tradition. I'm your host, Derek, and every Sunday I bring you the segment Lore and Legends, covering dark oral histories, myths, and folklore told through captivating narrative storytelling. I give you the history, context, and cultural significance of the topic before diving right into an original narrative steeped faithfully in the tradition that inspired and often continues to inspire it. So, from tales firmly rooted in the supernatural on Sundays to meticulously researched true crime on our Tuesday segment, Macabrium delivers thoughtful, engaging episodes that keep you hooked until the very end. Follow Macabrium on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, or wherever you listen. I'll see you there.
Hey everyone, I'm Erica.
And I'm Elizabeth.
We're sisters, wine lovers, and your hosts for the podcast Spirits Uncorked.
In Season 2, we're leaving the haunted waters of Lake Lanier in Georgia and diving into all new spooky stuff. Shadow people?
I've seen them.
Haunted military bases?
I've served on one.
Local restaurants with ghostly reputations?
I work at one.
Okay, if something spooky doesn't happen to you, I worry about you.
The paranormal is my normal.
Plus, we'll sip and chat with horror authors, fascinating guests, and test out some superstitions along the way.
Knock on wood.
So uncork a bottle and pour a glass of the paranormal with us on Season 2 of Spirits Uncorked.
Get ready for sips, scares, and sisterly sarcasm.